Welcome in, everybody. My name is Sam Reeves. Another edition of Duelers Baseball. The Duelers and the Hoppers on this Father's Day, Sunday afternoon here from South Warren Ballpark. Want to wish all the Duelers fathers that are tuning in tonight a happy Father's Day. Hope you guys are enjoying your day. As we got a ball game coming up in just a few minutes between the Duelers, 9-4 record coming in after a loss last night, 6-2 at Du Bois County. The Hoppers coming in at 7-6. After a loss 2 nights ago, they were off yesterday. They lost 2 nights ago, 9-6 at Fulton. As quickly going through the starting lineup, starting with the visiting Hoptown Hoppers, they will start this way. Leading off in right field, Ren Tachioka. Hitting second, at second base, Drew Donaldson. Hitting third, the first baseman, Ronald Brown. Hitting fourth will be Fred Fernandez, the DH. Hunter Hayden hits fifth. He's in left field. Jacob Dupps hits sixth at third base. Chase Harlan hits seventh. He's the shortstop. William Spear is the catcher. He hits eighth. And rounding out the starting nine for the Hoppers is Sean Sullivan, the center fielder, with Marcus Goodpaster on the mound. The head coach for the Hoppers is Gary Vaught. Again, for Hoptown today, it is Tachioka, Donaldson, Brown, Fernandez, Hayden, Dupps, Harlan, Spear, and Sullivan, with Goodpaster on the mound. For your homestanding Franklin Duelers, back on their home turf tonight, they will start like this. Leading off the shortstop, Jackson Musrock. Hitting second, at second base, Matt Jenkinson. Batting third is the third baseman, Jay Curtis. Hitting fourth, Sam Slaughter. He is in center field tonight. Hitting fifth will be Jonathan Evans in right field. Batting sixth, Mark Castle at first base. Hitting seventh is Jared Grenz. He's in left field. Batting eighth for the Duelers is the catcher, Brett Rowell. And rounding out the starting nine at DH tonight, Treyen Dorsett with Renard Grace on the mound. Again for the Duelers, Musrock, Jenkinson, Curtis, Slaughter, Evans, Castle, Grands, Rowell, and Dorsett. The umpires at home plate, Michael Holman, and the base umpire tonight is C.J. Davis. So that is how we sit here about 7 minutes or so from first pitch, 6:05 p.m. first pitch between the Hoppers and the Duelers here tonight. We'll take one quick break before the start of this one. I'll be back with the first pitch after this on the Duelers Baseball Network. Back in on this Father's Day, a beautiful Sunday afternoon here from South Warren High School. The starting lineups are being introduced by our PA man, Jay Sutherland. He's also in charge of scorekeeping. Also sitting to my right is Jacob Hernandez and Clayton Taylor running the scoreboard tonight. We appreciate their help, especially ahead of Jacob's start tomorrow against the Muhlenberg County Stallions. So make sure you tune in for that one. Should be a good one tomorrow night, 7:05 from South Warren High School. Quickly going through the lineups again for the Duelers. Musrock, Jenkinson, Curtis in the 3-hole. Slaughter hitting fourth, followed by Evans, Castle, and 789 Grands Rao Dorset with Renard Grace on the mound. The Duelers coming off of a 6-2 loss at Du Bois County yesterday. After the anthem, I'll finish that sentence and we'll begin this one right after this. Back in. South Warren High School ready to go. Uniforms today. The visiting Hoppers in their camo tops, the red, gray, and black camo with the black numerals trimmed in white with the road gray pants. The Duelers in their all blue, royal blue uniforms, royal blue pants with the blue numerals and lettering trimmed in red and gray. The Duelers home tonight against the Hoppers and home tomorrow, 7:05 against the Muhlenberg County Stallions before hitting the road for a makeup game on Tuesday against the Henderson Flash up in Henderson, Kentucky. Off on Wednesday. For the Duelers. Finish up the week home against Paducah on Thursday. At Hoptown Friday before the game on Saturday at Bowling Green Ballpark, the home of the Hot Rods. That's next Saturday, June 25th, 3:30 first pitch in that one. If you're in town, make sure to come support the Duelers at the home of the Hot Rods in a nice minor league stadium. That'll be a lot of fun on June 25th. You can follow us on Twitter or Facebook for the link to get tickets. Only way to get your tickets is online for that one, so find us there for that. Facebook is at Franklin Duelers. Twitter is at Duelers Baseball, and you can find a link there. As we're ready to begin this ball game here tonight, Ren Tachioka, the first one into the box for the Hoptown Hoppers, as he's facing the left-hander Renard Grace for the Duelers. Ren Tachioka on the season, a .370 batting average, 46 at-bats, 19 runs, 17 hits. 2 doubles, 4 RBIs for Ren Tachioka. First pitch is a ball from Grace, 1-0. The next one from Menard. Outside corner, strike one called, 1-1. For Renard Grace on the season, 2 appearances, 1 start. As the 1-1. is inside, ball 2. As I was saying, 2-1. Inside corner, strike 2. As Tachioka doesn't like it, but he's crowding the plate, so there's not a lot of room off the plate, and it's 2-2. For Grace, 0-1, 5 1/3 innings, 8 hits, 8 runs, 7 earned, 5 walks, 3 strikeouts, an ERA of 11.81. As it's outside, 3-2 your count now from Menard to the leadoff man, Ren Tachioka. From the University of Southern Indiana in Saitama, Japan. Or excuse me, Saitama, Japan, if I can read. The pitch is inside, ball 4, and Ren will take first base. Drew Donaldson the next to hit at second base tonight. On the year, a .237 batting average, 38 at-bats, 9 runs, 9 hits, 1 double, 12 RBIs. 9 walks, 10 strikeouts, an OBP of .396 for Drew Donaldson. From the University of Indianapolis in Galloway, Ohio. First pitch. Breaking ball is in there, strike 1 called. Tachioka off first with nobody out. Top of the first. Top down Hoppers and Duelers going at it. Ren takes off. They throw and they got him in the rundown. Throw to second. Musrock covers and he's out. Beautifully executed all the way around. Bernard Gray stepped off as Tachioka took off. Threw it over to Castle who threw it to Musrock covering second. Laid the tag down on Tachioka. And that's a caught stealing. 1 down. Nobody on. And an 0-1 count to Drew Donaldson. The pitch. In the air, to center. Slaughter breaks back in front of the warning track to bring it down, and that's a quick 2 outs for Grace. Ronald Brown, the first baseman, now to hit. As he was a late addition to this team. Only 7 at-bats for Ronald. A .429 average. The pitch is in there, strike 1. The 0-1 on the way. Tapped foul, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. As I'm trying to get some more information on Brown, he's a very big right-handed hitter. First baseman in DH. At first today. The pitch is pulled well foul, third base side, and it stays at no balls, 2 strikes. Ronald Brown from the University of Incarnate World and Houston, Texas. The pitch fouled off by Brown. We'll do it again at 0-2. Bernard Grace on the mound, the left-handed pitcher from UAB, will be transferring to join his twin brother Richard at Southern University next year. As Brown is behind in the count with 2 down, nobody on in the first. The 0-2 from Grace. There it comes. Breaking ball, called strike 3 on the corner. That's a good way to end the top of the first for Bernard Grace with a strikeout. And we head to the bottom half. Duelers coming up after this on the Duelers Baseball Network. Back in, bottom of the first. As Jackson Musrock will be the first to hit here for the first pitch to Musrock. Fouled off first base side. Will get out of play. Brown to give it a look. He actually has a play, and no, he does not. Never mind, as it's out of play beyond his reach. As we figured it out, we were looking up to see exactly how big Brown is. 6'4", 250 for the first baseman. From the University of Incarnate Word, located in San Antonio. Brown is from Houston. The 0-1 to Musrock. On a line, foul, first base side, it's 0-2. On the mound for the Hoptown Hoppers is Marcus Goodpaster. The pitch. Foul ball as Musrock stays alive. Goodpaster is from Hanover College in Indianapolis, Indiana. As on the air, Goodpaster. 2 appearances, 2 starts, 10 innings pitched, 7 hits, 3 runs. None earned, though. The pitch. Fouled off by Musrock, first base side, and the count holds at 0-2. So none of the 3 runs allowed by Goodpaster on the season were earned. 3 walks, 9 strikeouts, a 0 ERA for Marcus Goodpaster. Musrock digs back in, the right-handed hitter. Here comes the 0-2 from Goodpaster. Same exact spot as the first 3 or 4, it seems like, by Musrock. He fouls off another. As Joel Martinez is out there giving some new baseballs to home plate umpire Michael Holman, making himself useful on a day off for Joel. Another 0-2, here it comes. Low, ball 1, good take by Musrock. Duelers 0, Hoppers 0, bottom of the first from South Warren Ballpark. The 1-2, excuse me, is outside, ball 2. Just missed off the corner. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Musrock followed by Jenkinson and Curtis. And the first, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch to Musrock. Fouled off third base side, and we'll do it again. Jackson Musrock is making Goodpaster work. As this is pitch number 6 to Musrock on the AB, and that's low and away. Ball 3, 0-2 to 3-2. What an AB by Musrock to start this one. We'll see if he can end it with getting on base here. Excuse me, this will be pitch number 9 as the online scorecard has just updated. The 9th pitch of the AB and the full count pitch. Here it comes. Low and in, ball 4. What an at-bat by Jackson Musrock, and turned into a plate appearance. Not an at-bat because he got walked. But that's a tremendous start for the Duelers. Jenkinson off first with nobody down after a 9-pitch plate appearance ended in the walk, and Matt Jenkinson will step up now. Matt back at second tonight. Played at Roane State Community College last year. Will be moving up to Division II Lincoln Memorial this next season. The pitch on a line to second, gobbled up there by Donaldson. To second one, back to first base, and that's a double play. Nicely turned by Drew Donaldson. Over to the shortstop Harlan and over to first. A 4-6-3 double play. 2 outs and nobody on now for Jay Curtis. Jay Curtis from the University of Dayton and New Orleans, Louisiana will dig in now. Moved up a spot in Kyle Schexnader's order from the cleanup spot to the 3-hole here today. First pitch, high, ball 1. Goodpaster gets his sign from the catcher Spear. Here comes the next one. Did he go? No swing, says C.J. Davis at first on the check by Curtis, and he held up, ball one. The pitch, low, ball three, excuse me. It's 3-0 to Jay Curtis. On the season, in limited action as he was a late add to this roster. Curtis with a 286 average in 14 at-bats. The 3-0. Low and away, ball four, and Marcus Goodpaster issues a 2-out walk to Jay Curtis to bring up Sam Slaughter. Slaughter coming to the plate now with Curtis on first and 2 outs. On the season, Slaughter hitting .349, 43 at-bats, 8 runs, 15 hits, 7 doubles, 1 homer, 14 RBIs, 10 walks to only 6 strikeouts. That might honestly be the most impressive part of Sam's stat line so far this season is the 10 walks to 6 Ks. First pitch. Check swing, called a strike anyways by Michael Holman, and I think Sam knew it. He, I think, just gave a thumbs up on the strike one call to Mr. Holman behind the plate as it's 0-1 to Sam. Curtis takes his lead off first. The next pitch. On a line, down the line, and it hooks foul. 0-2. As that was down the line and right. Sam now down in the count, 0-2. 2 outs. Jake Curtis on first here in the bottom of inning number 1. Marcus Goodpaster on the mound for the Hoppers. Sam Slaughter at the plate for the Duelers. The 0-2. Here it comes. Low into the dirt. Gets past the catcher's spear. Curtis on the way to second. And he stands up there safely. It's a big wild pitch by Marcus Goodpaster. Sam's got a chance to drive in Curtis. Man in scoring position now with 2 down. And Slaughter 1-2. Still behind in the count. The pitch, outside, good take, and it's 2-2. The catcher, William Spear, tried to frame that one back in on the outside corner, and Michael Holman says, nope, that's away, and it's 2-2. The pitch from Goodpaster. Here it comes. Sam pops it up, got underneath it. Out goes the second baseman Donaldson, and he brings it in for the 3rd out of the inning. After one complete no score from South Warren High School, back with the second after this on the Duelers Baseball Network. Back in here, top of the second, Fred Fernandez leading off against Bernard Grace. First pitch is inside, ball 1. on the season for Fred, the big DH. Next pitch on the ground to third, foul ball, and it is 1-1. Fred Fernandez, a .344 batting average, 32 at bats, 11 hits, 3 doubles, 8 RBIs, 5 walks, 9 strikeouts. The pitch, that ball is crushed to left as the left fielder is back, and that ball is absolutely crushed and out of here. A home run for Fred Fernandez. Jared Grenz gave it a look, but nothing he could do on that one. That's all the way in the parking lot. He forgot to touch second. We'll go back and stomp on the bag. Come around, and that's a home run for Fred Fernandez, who hit one against the Duelers fairly recently, like the last time these two teams played on June 11th, and now he hits another one here. 1-0 Hoppers. So I'll fix the score for you there. 1-0 Hoptown in front as Hunter Hayden will dig in now. He's in left field tonight. Nobody on. Nobody out after the leadoff homer by Fernandez. Next pitch in the air to center. Sam comes in, can't get it, and that's a bloop hit now for Hayden. As Tyler Dupps will dig in now, the third baseman. Man up first, nobody down. The pitch. Outside corner, strike one. Dupps from Hanover College in Louisville, Kentucky. On the season, hitting .286 as Grace will throw to first. Runner dives back in head first safely. 1-0 Hoptown, top of the second. The pitch. Outside corner, strike two. 0-2 to Tyler Dupps. A leadoff homer to start the inning by Fred Fernandez and a bloop single to center by Hunter Hayden. Here to start the second against Renard Grace. The lefty's pitch, first to throw to first, and the runner dives back in safely. The next one is outside and low, stopped by Rao behind the dish, and it's 1-2 strikes. Hunter Hayden still on first base. And nobody out here in the second. Another throw to first. Diving back in safely is Hayden. Hunter Hayden, one stolen base, hasn't been caught yet. The pitch. Swinging a foul ball. Count stays at 1-2. 1-2 strikes. The pitch outside, ball two. 2-2 to Tyler Dupps. As they call the balk before the pitch. As this is interesting because I could hear, even through my headset, the head coach of the Hoppers, Gary Vaught, was barking at the umpiring crew about the balk call these last few pitches and throws over to first. And now Jacob Snyder is going to talk to the base umpire. Michael Holman tells Grace to head back to the mound. Jacob's not happy out there, the pitching coach for the Duelers. And I think Renard is just confused on what exactly he did wrong to get the balk called on him. Jacob will head back to the dugout, still talking to Micah Holman, the home plate umpire. Conversation over. Grace now talking to the second base umpire, C.J. Davis. And now they have ended their conversation, and Grace is back up on the mound with a runner on second and nobody out. Turn towards second, no throw, and Grace steps off. The 1-2. High ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner on second is Hunter Hayden. Tyler Dupps is at the plate. The pitch. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Bernard Grace with a big strikeout of Dupps for the first out of the inning. The pitch is outside now to Chase Harlem, the shortstop. That's a little bit of live camera adjustment, as hopefully that's a little better for you guys. That does already look better. Thank you to Clayton Taylor, who's now operating the cameras here. He's upgraded his status in the press box to camera operator now. And I appreciate the help, as the new hitter is Chase Harlan with a runner on second and 1 down. One with 1 out. The pitch swung on and missed on a guy's pitch by Renard, and it's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1-0 Hoptown, top of inning number 2. Chase Harlan, the shortstop, the hitter. The 1-2 from Renard, here it comes. In the air to center. Slaughter barely has to move, brings it in for out number 2, and throws it back into the infield. Hayden will stay at second. William Spear, the catcher, now to hit. University of Indianapolis and Indianapolis, Indiana. The pitch is in there, strike 1. Whenever I see University of Indianapolis, I now think of former running back from where I go to school up at Northwest Missouri State, Al McKellar, transferred from UIndy to Northwest and almost won the Harlan Hill Award, which is awarded to the best college football player in Division II last season. The 0-1, and there's strike 2. Time is called. Michael Holman takes off his mask and is talking to Gary Vaught in the dugout. Now Gary's going to come out and talk to Micah. Very demonstrative is head coach Gary Vaught. He's not happy with something, clearly. A lot of finger pointing. Micah's not going to take it and says go back to the dugout. He's still talking and now turns around and heads back slowly but surely to his own dugout. As Michael Holman gives him a hand and says stop. Okay, we're back into play now. And it's 1-2 to William Spear. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Just missed inside. Grace thought he had it, but it was just off the corner, and it's 2-2. The 2-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3 swinging. William Spear heads back to the dugout, and Renard ends the second with a strikeout. After 1.5, 1-0 Hoppers, the Duelers coming back to the plate after this on the Duelers Baseball Network. While we have a minute, we would like to take this time to thank some of our sponsors. They include Condo Flooring and Installation. For all your flooring, tile, and backsplash needs, Condo Flooring is the right choice. Contact Phil Condo at 931-561-8607 for more information today. Also, El Mazatlan Mexican Restaurant and Grill. Located at 1403 Nashville Road in Franklin, El Mazatlan is a proud supporter of the Duelers. Holly J's Bar and Grill. You can find them at 1326 Nashville Road. Holly J's is available for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery. We appreciate their continued support of Duelers baseball. El Potrero Cantina and Grill, located at 270 Trotters Lane in Franklin. El Potrero is a proud supporter of your Duelers. Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. If you need mortgage assistance in the Bowling Green area, contact Kelly Ann Sanders at 270-421-3157 today. PeakaView Imaging. Whether it's 2D, 3D, or 4D ultrasounds, PeakaView is the place to go for your imaging needs. You can find them at 107 Roby Street in Franklin. We appreciate their support of Duelers baseball. Jonathan Evans, the first up, as he will dig in against the starter, Marcus Goodpaster. Bottom of the second, 1-0 Hoptown in front. First pitch. Evans squares the bunt, pushes it down the third base line, foul, 0-1. That was something I didn't necessarily expect, and I don't think the Hoppers infield did either. Now the third baseman might take a couple of steps in. On the season, as the next pitch is fouled off 0-2 to Jonathan Evans. Jonathan, 26 at-bats, 10 runs, 6 hits. A batting average of .231, 9 walks, 11 strikeouts. The 0-2 from Goodpaster. Here it comes. On a line, past the dive of the first baseman Brown and into right. A solid single to lead off the second. Evans thought about going to second on a little bobble out there by Tachioka, but holds up at first. And Jonathan will be there with nobody out for Mark Castle. Castle from Young Harris College in the 6th hole today. Jared Granz is on deck for the Duelers. Mark Castle, .213 average, 47 at-bats, 12 runs, 10 hits, 1 double, 7 RBIs. That's Goodpaster back up on the rubber on the first base side of the rubber. Throw to first, Evans is caught napping, and he's in a rundown. Throw to second. Jonathan tries to evade the tag and cannot do so. He is caught stealing. 1 down. As Castle will dig back into the box. Now nobody on. 1 out for the Duelers. The pitch. That ball is crushed to left, but it's way foul. That might have went off the roof of the bus out there. The Duelers travel bus is sitting beyond the fence in foul territory in left field. And that ball was crushed, but well fouled. The next pitch is fouled off by Castle. A good swing, but fouled off, 0-2. Mark, like I mentioned, from Young Harris College in St. John's, Florida. The next pitch, breaking ball, swung on and missed on a foul tip, held nicely by Spear. And that's out number 2. Jared Granz will now come to the plate from Colorado Mesa, born and raised in Cody, Wyoming. The hometown of Duelers owner and GM Phil Kundle. Pitch is grounded up the middle on a slide. The shortstop grabs it. Harlan over to first. Out, says C.J. Davis, and I don't know. Man, oh man, Will Allen is not happy. It looked like from up here he was safe. Will is talking to C.J. and to Jared. That's a close play. You could have gone either way, and C.J. Harris calls Grands out. That was a very nice play, no matter the result of the play, by the shortstop Harlan to slide and grab that one and fire over to first in time, apparently, for the third out of the inning. We'll head to inning number 3 with the score Hoppers 1, Duelers nothing after this on the Duelers Baseball Network. Back in. As Gary Vaught has finished talking to Micah Holman, and now it's Jacob Snyder's turn to have a conversation. A lot of home plate umpire with coaching staff conversations here early in the first 2 innings of play. Grace is back to the mound. Now the home plate umpire and the pitching coach for the Duelers are going to walk to the mound and talk to Renard. As they're in conversation before the beginning of the third. Okay, is Renard done now? It looks like they pulled him. I will make sure to get to the bottom of this postgame, everybody, and talk to Jacob and Kyle about it and have it in the postgame interview that you can find on Twitter, because right now I'm very confused. Both Jacob Hernandez and Clayton Taylor, who are both pitchers up here, are also confused by what's occurring. As Jacob's going to text a buddy on the team and see what's going on. This is very bizarre. He wasn't throwing bad, was Grace. He only gave up 1 run in 2 innings, and he was on the mound ready to go for the third and ended up having to leave. This is very interesting, folks. I'm sorry I don't have more information. When we try to get more, if we do have more, I'll let you know as soon as I do. As Jacob Hernandez is on the case for us to try to get to the bottom of what is occurring. The new pitcher for the Duelers is Ethan Vandermint from Bossier City Community College. He'll come out of the bullpen probably earlier than Jacob Snyder would have liked. So the final line for Renard Grace: 2 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk, 32 pitches, 22 for strikes. As Jacob Hernandez has figured it out. Shoulder soreness for Renard Grace. That was why he was pulled. Especially in summer ball, always want to be extra cautious with things like that pop up. Hopefully everything's okay with Renard. But according to Jacob's investigative reporting, it's shoulder soreness for Grace, and Ethan Vandermint will take over. He will get his time to warm up and is throwing his warm-up pitches. Vandermint on the season: 5 appearances, 5 2/3 innings work, 3 hits, 4 runs, 5 walks, 6 strikeouts, and an ERA of 6.35 for Ethan Vandermint. First batter he faces is the 9-hole hitter, Sean Sullivan. First pitch Off the inside corner, ball 1. The 1-0. Squares the bunt, pulls it back, and takes a pitch a little upstairs, apparently, maybe outside. Ball 2. 2-0. To Sean Sullivan, the center fielder. Leadoff man on deck, Ren Tachioka. The 2-0 is lined to left, well foul. End of the party deck. It's 2-1. Two balls, one strike. To the 9-hole hitter, Sean Sullivan. Now Sullivan's in the box. The 2-1. Off the outside corner and low. 3 balls and 1 strike from Ethan Vandement to Sean Sullivan. Your score: Hoppers 1, Duelers nothing. Top of inning number 3. Vandy gets the sign. Here's the next pitch. Way high, and that's ball 4. A leadoff walk for Sean Sullivan. As he ran to first like he thought he swung. That was interesting. That was indeed ball 4, right, boys? Yes, that was ball 4. On a pass ball, yeah, I guess that's a good point. Since it is a pass ball and route, you will run to first. He made it with ease as the ball was all the way back to the backstop. So a man is on first. No one down, for Ren Tachioka now. Lineup flips over. First up out of the day for Ren. Led off the game with a walk against Renard Grace. The pitch. Low, ball 1. Hoppers coming into this one, 7-6 record off of a loss against Fulton last time out, 9-6 the score in that one. The Duelers at 9-4 and second in the OVL South Division, a game and a half behind the full count rhythm. Next pitch is off the outside corner, 2-0. Last night a 6-2 loss in Huntingburg at Du Bois County. Duelers home again tomorrow night, 7:05 against Muhlenberg. Jacob Hernandez on the mound in that one. Throw to first, it gets by Castle and all the way down the line. Around second, heading to third is Sean Sullivan. Castle will finally pick the ball up, and all the way to third, standing up, is Sean Sullivan with nobody out. And Tachioka ahead in the count as well. 2 balls and no strikes. Time is called. Tachioka steps out of the box and now back in. The next one. Away, ball 3, 3-0. So far, Vandement, 6 pitches, only 1 for a strike. The 3-0. Swinging, and that's down the line and left. A nice play over there by Musrock. I think he dropped it on the transfer. They say no catch? I don't think that's a possibility. I'm sorry, but Jackson Musrock caught the ball and then dropped it on the transfer, and Michael Holman says he didn't catch it. And now Ren Tachioka is standing on first base. Michael will now have a conversation with his field umpire, C.J. Davis, and see if something has changed. Wow. As the two of them are talking to the left of the mound. As of now, runners first and third, nobody out. Still in a conversation. The hitter, at least right now, is scheduled to be Drew Donaldson, and they still say no catch. Unbelievable. I'm sorry, but that was about as clear as day. That Musrock bubbled it on the transfer, and they said he didn't catch it to begin with. It's now runners first and third with nobody out for Drew Donaldson. First pitch. Runner goes. The first pitch is low, and the runner will steal second base as well. One ball, no strikes to count to Drew Donaldson after the single, quote unquote, last man up. Ethan Vandeman appears to be just a little bit rattled out there on the mound. Struggling to throw strikes as appeared he got an out just a batter ago, but to no avail. The 2-0. On the ground, foul, third base side. Beyond the Duelers dugout. Runners first and third, nobody out. Top of the third inning. Drew Donaldson at the plate, flew out to center his first time up. The pitch from Vandeman, here's the 2-1. Inside, ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. Three and 1 to Donaldson. Wearing number 15 for the Hoppers. Ethan Vandeman on the mound. The 3-1 on the way. And there's strike 2 called, and he fills out the count, does Vandy. It's now 3-2. Next pitch is fouled off, and it's 3-2 still to Donaldson. Brett Rowell back behind the plate. Vandeman back up on the rubber. The next pitch is fouled off. Three and 2 to Donaldson. That pitch is on a line to left. That will fall. Grenz charging. Comes up throwing. That will keep only 1 run in. And the other hitter on third. 1 more run crosses the plate. 2-0. 2-0 Hoppers. An RBI single for Donaldson. Pitch is popped up beyond third. Curtis and Musrock over. It will be Jay Curtis to bring it in for out number 1. One down for Fred Fernandez, who hit a homer his last time up. I'll update the score. It's 2-0 now. Fred Fernandez, the big right-handed hitting DH against Vandeman. First pitch. Low in the dirt. Gets just far enough away from Brett Rowell for the runner to advance from first and second. So now it's second and third, 1 down for Fernandez. Ran Tachioka on third base, Drew Donaldson on second. With one down, and Fred Fernandez at the plate. The 1-0. Outside, ball 2. 2-0 from Ethan Vanderman. Fernandez back into the box. Bat on his shoulder. Vanderman gets a sign from Rao. Here comes the 2-0. That pitch is crushed to left center. Over goes Slaughter, and he can't get it. It falls. 1 run scores around third, and holding there is Donaldson. Into second is the hitter Fernandez, and that's probably an error on Sam Slaughter. One run scores on the error by Slaughter in center. And it's now 3-0. Hunter Hayden now to dig in. First pitch. Off the corner, ball 1. Vanderman struggling to find the strike zone. So far, 20 pitches, 8 strikes for Ethan Vanderman. Next pitch. A little bit low. And here's the thing is, it's not like Ethan Vanderman is missing by a wide margin. He's just missing off the corners and not getting calls from home plate umpire Michael Holman. I'm not saying Mike is doing a bad job back there, but it's not like Ethan is wild. The 2-0. That pitch is in there for a strike. 2-1. Drew Donaldson on third. Fred Fernandez on second. 1 down. The pitch. In the air. Over goes Jenkinson to make the catch. That's out number 2. Jacob Dupps will now come up to hit. Dupps struck out looking his first time up in inning number 2. This batter's a huge one early on for the Duelers in Ethan Vanderman. The pitch. Check swing on a pitch away. Ball 1. 1-0. If Ethan Vanderman can somehow find a way to get Jacob Dupps out and limit the damage to an only 3-run deficit for the Duelers, that would probably be a fairly good result. Next pitch in there. Strike 1 called. Considering all the adversity that Vanderman and the Duelers have faced in this half inning alone, I would say an out here, and that's considered somewhat of a win. Next pitch. Off the corner, ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike to Tyler Dupps. The pitch from Vanderman. And there's strike 2. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes from Ethan Vanderman to Tyler Dupps. Runner second and third. 2 outs. Top of the third. The pitch from Vanderman. Away, ball 3, and the count is full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here in the top of inning number 3, the Hoppers are leading your Duelers 3-0 the score here on this Father's Day evening. 3-2. Pulled down the line, foul, third base side. We'll do it again at 3 balls, 2 strikes. Vanderman will walk behind the mound. And now back up on the rubber, looking to get a sign from Brett Rowell, his catcher. Here comes the payoff pitch. Inside, and it hits Dupps in the back. That's a hit by pitch, and the bases will be loaded now for Chase Harlan. Harlan flew out to center his first time up. Kentucky Wesleyan College in Williamsburg, Kentucky. Harlan can also pitch a little bit. two-way player on this Hoppers roster. The pitch from Vanderman. And there's strike one. Oh and 1. Next one coming. Inside, ball one. 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 from Vandy. Here it comes. Inside corner, called strike 2. That's a good spot. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. To Chase Harlan with the bases loaded and 2 down here in the third. This is a big batter for Vandermint and the Duelers. Here comes the pitch. On a line to short, Musrock gobbles it up over to Jenkinson, and the inning is over. That's a big out on a hard hit ball to short, but Musrock has no issues with it. Flips over to his buddy Jenkinson at second, and the inning is over. After 2.5, the Hoppers up 3-0. Back with the bottom half after this on the Duelers Baseball Network. I would like to take this time to continue to thank our sponsors. That includes SureStay Hotel, Bowling Green North. Located at 700 Interstate Drive in Bowling Green, Kentucky, SureStay by Best Western is the official hotel of the Duelers. If you're coming into town, be sure to check them out. Also, Wildfire Barbecue. Located at 105 State Street in Franklin, Wildfire is available for dine-in or carry-out. They've been serving delicious barbecue in the region for over 20 years. They are the official barbecue restaurant of Duelers Baseball. Woody's Glove Repair. Located in Franklin, Kentucky, Woody's brings old baseball gloves back to life and gives new ones a custom look. They offer relacing, repair, and break-in services. Take your glove to Woody's today. Brett Rowell, the catcher, will dig in now to lead off the third against Marcus Goodpaster. 3-0 Hoppers on top. The pitch on the ground, foul ball, first base side, 0-1. Next one is a ball, 1 ball, 1 strike to the 8-hole hitter, Brett Rowell. Next one. On the ground to third. On a hop, Dupps gathers it in, throws over to first in time. Leadoff man retired here in the third. And up will come the DH, Trey Dorsett. Dorsett, the DH today. Plays a little bit of outfield and also can pitch. First pitch to Trey is high ball 1. On the season, Dorsett has his average up to 308. 13 at-bats, 4 runs, 4 hits, 2 doubles. The next one is in there, strike 2. Or strike 1, excuse me. 1 ball and 1 strike to Dorsett with 1 out, nobody on here in the third. 3-0 Hoppers. The pitch. And there's strike 2 called. Marcus Goodpaster, the Hoppers starter, on for his third inning of work. Here comes the 1-2. Outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Trey Dorsett. Dorsett wearing number 8 for the Duelers this summer. The 2-2 from Goodpaster. Low and away, good take, ball 3. Count fills out at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Dorsett from Nassau, Bahamas, which is very cool to see him up here playing in the OVL this summer. That's the 3-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. A drop third strike, so a throw down to first to complete the strikeout, and that's 2 down here in the third. Jackson Musrock, the leadoff man, back up again. 2 outs, nobody on for the Duelers. First pitch is low, ball 1. Musrock reached on a walk. Had a very good at-bat in the first inning to lead off the bottom half of inning number 1. Worked his way back from 0-2 and drew a 3-2 walk. The 1-0. Low, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to the University of Memphis shortstop. And if Jackson can reach, Matt Jenkinson is on deck. The 2-0. Low in the dirt, ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. Marcus Goodpaster on the rubber. Here comes the 3-0. Strike 1, bottom of the zone, and it is 3 balls and 1 strike now to Musrock. The 3-1 on the way. On the ground up the middle. And it is off the glove and booted by the second baseman Donaldson. Musrock will round first hard and hold after the ball trickled all the way to short left. An error on the second baseman, Drew Donaldson. And that will get Matt Jenkinson to the plate, grounded into a 4-6-3 double play. His first time up, did Matt. We'll see if Musrock may be in motion here with 2 down. First pitch, high, ball 1. Duelers trail this one 3-0 to Hoptown here in the bottom of the third from South Warren High School. Throw to first, Musrock dives back in safely. Jenkinson back into the box as Matt awaits the 1-0. Fouled off first base side, and it is 1 ball and 1 strike now. On the bases, Will Allen, your hitting coach, and first base coach, Kyle Schexnader. The Duelers manager is also your third base coach. The pitching coach is Jacob Snyder, currently in the dugout. 1-1 your count to Jenkinson. The pitch. Fouled straight back, and it's 1-2. One and two to Matt Jenkinson, with Jackson Musrock still on first. 2 down. Bottom of the third, 3-0 Hoppers. The pitch. On the ground is short. Over to second in time, Harlan the Donaldson, and that will end the third. Still 3-0 Hoptown in front. We head to the fourth after this on the Duelers Baseball Network. Back in, top of the fourth, it will be 8-9-1 for the Hoppers, starting with the catcher, William Spear. Spear struck out swinging this first time up in the second inning, now up again to lead off the fourth. First pitch from Ethan Vandermint on again for another inning of work. Here it comes. Hot ball's hit in the air to left. In comes Grenz to bring it down, and that's one pitch, one out for Vandermint here in the fourth. Sean Sullivan now up, drew a walk his first time up. Sullivan from Franklin College in Schererville, Indiana. First pitch inside, ball one from Vandermint. The 1-0. On the ground, foul. Third base side. 1-1. One ball, one strike from Ethan Vandermint to Sean Sullivan here in the fourth. The pitch. Swung on and missed, strike two. Next one in there, strike three called. Ethan Vandermint picks up a strikeout of the 9-hole hitter Sean Sullivan, and that's two down here in the fourth. Then Tachioka now up. Ran so far on the day. Walked in the first and had a single in the third inning. As the first pitch is fouled off 0-1, I want to correct myself. Unfortunately for the Duelers and Jackson Musrock, I was too busy barking up the umpire tree on the play. And the third, the lead off the inning, in which Musrock got a glove on and couldn't bring it in, and that was indeed an error. Rightfully so, unfortunately. That's either a catch and a bobble on the transfer or an error because Musrock did have a hit his glove. So Tachioka a walk on the first to reach via the E6 in inning number 3. This is his third plate appearance of the day. The leadoff man, warrior number 1 for the Hoppers. The pitch just misses. Ball 1-1-1. Ball 2, excuse me. It's 2-1 with nobody on, 2 down. Tachioka at the plate, Vandermint on the mound. The 2-1. In the air, Musrock out, Grenz in. Musrock brings it in to retire the inning. Nice play out there by Musrock, and the fourth is complete. Or the top half of the fourth is complete. Still 3-0 Hoppers. We'll be back after this on the Duelers Baseball Network. We'd like to continue to thank our sponsors of 2022 Duelers Baseball. They include Heidi Barks Photography. You can find Heidi at Heidi Barks Photography on social media to check out her work. Contact her via email at HeidiBarksPhotos@gmail.com or call 270-999-7240 to schedule your next shoot. Also would like to thank Fresh Squeezed Goods. They offer customized laser cut and engraved gifts for every occasion. Dads, grads, corporate promotions, parties, and events. Visit freshsqueezedgoods.com to start your custom order today. Speaking of dads on that promotion, I would like to wish everybody out there a happy Father's Day in Dueler Nation. to all the Dueler parents of the guys down there. Happy Father's Day to you guys. Happy Father's Day to my own dad watching back in Kansas City. Appreciate all you have done to help me get to where I am currently. Also, my grandparents who were here last night actually at the game, watching in New Jersey with some family as well. So thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you guys soon in a couple of weeks as Curtis is in the box to lead off the inning. First pitch is a liner to short right that will fall in front of the right fielder Tachioka, and a leadoff single for the Duelers before Will Allen can even get to his spot as first base coach. Gotta love it. Leadoff man on, nobody down. And Sam Slaughter now into the box. So far for Sam, a pop out to second in his first at bat on the day. Sam back in center tonight. He's been playing a lot out there, I believe. From talking with head coach Kyle Schexnayder, Sam might get the next 2 days off before the off day just to get a little bit of a breather. As we'll see officially when the lineup card tomorrow night is published, but I believe that is the plan as of now. 1-0. Outside, ball 2. Good take from Slaughter. First to throw back to first. Curtis dives back in head first safely. 3-0. Hoppers in front. The Duelers with a runner on first. Jay Curtis, nobody down. 2-0, the count to Sam Slaughter. The pitch from Goodpaster. Away, ball 3. 3-0, ahead in the count. We'll see if Schexnayder gives Sam the green light here on 3-0. And the left-handed batter will dig back in. Curtis takes his lead off first, and here comes the 3-0. Away, ball 4, and a walk to Sam Slaughter. Jonathan Evans now to the plate. Jonathan had a single and then was caught stealing his first time up. Jay Curtis leads off second. Sam Slaughter off first. Goodpaster's first pitch to Jonathan Evans. And there's strike 1. The Duelers, no runs, 2 hits, 2 errors so far. The Hoppers want 3 runs, 2 hits, 1 error. 0-1 the count to Jonathan Evans. The pitch. Squares the bunt, pulls it back. Did he go? No swing, says C.J. Davis. It's 1-1. Personally, I'd like to see Jonathan Evans swing away. He hit a homer the other night, an absolute bomb. Definitely a power hitter. Has 2 guys on, a chance to maybe tie it. We'll see. 1-1. Was swinging away that time. Takes a pitch outside, though, for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. The Duelers and the Hoppers in a battle here on this Sunday evening. 2-1. On the ground to short. Second baseman to the shortstop. Over to first. Not in time. Michael Holman says time and says both runners are out and Curtis is awarded second? Huh? I'm very confused. Did he call obstruction? That's the only thing that I think Micah could have called there is obstruction. So Jay Curtis, I think, has to go back to second, or at least that's what Mr. Holman was referring to. Okay, this is interesting. So yeah, Jay Curtis is back at second, and there's 2 down now, I believe, because Mr. Holman back there said 2 outs. Yes, so 2 outs and Curtis on second. A double play of some sort for Evans. Castle swung on that pitch, and it's 0-1. I think that had to be what they called was obstruction, so Evans was out as well. I don't know. That's bizarre. Anyways, a double play for Jonathan Evans means Curtis is on second with 2 down now for Castle, and Marcus behind in the count 0-1. The next pitch. Check swing. Did he go on that one? No swing, says C.J. Davis. One. Low and in the dirt, blocked nicely back there by Spear. 2 balls, 1 strike. Mark Castle, the hitter. Jay Curtis on second with 2 down. The pitch from Goodpaster. On a line to short, picked nicely back there. And a throw over to first, but it's past the first baseman. In to score is Jake Curtis around second, headed to third. The throw is not made, and pulling in there safely is Mark Castle. The Duelers will take it. That's an error on the shortstop, Harlan. After he made a nice pick on the backhand to bring the ball in, he threw low and Brown couldn't pick it out, so an error on the shortstop, and the run will score. That is Curtis crossing the plate. It's now 3-1. I'll update your score in a second. As Jared Granz now into the box. The pitch is fouled off. Strike 1. Oh, and 1 the count to the Cody, Wyoming native. And that pitch is in the air, foul. Yeah. 0-2 to Jared Granz, the pitch. Popped up in the air behind first. In comes the right fielder. Over goes the second baseman. And it is Donaldson to make it the catch. To retire the side, but after 4 complete, the Duelers get 1 back to make the score Hoppers 3, Franklin Duelers 1 as we head to the 5th after this on the Duelers Baseball Network. After ending the last half inning on a caught pop-up, Drew Donaldson will now make his way to the plate to start the top of the 5th. Still facing the first reliever out of the pen, Ethan Vandermint. First pitch on the ground to third. Curtis up with it, over to first. Castle brings it in. 1 pitch, 1 out. Ronald Brown, the first baseman, will now come up. First pitch to Brown. Away, ball 1. Next one is Vandermint's back on the rubber. Here comes the 1-0. And there's strike 1 called, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike to the big first baseman, Ronald Brown, from Incarnate Word University in Houston, Texas. The pitch. Big swing and a miss. It's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the Hoppers' first baseman and 3-hole hitter with Fred Fernandez, the DH, on deck. Nobody on, 1 out. Top of the 5th. The pitch. Shattered bat to third, and that ball's foul. Wow, man. The bat landed all the way beyond shortstop Jackson Musrock, who will go pick it up. As, man, the barrel of the bat flew a long way out beyond short. He'll have to grab a new piece of lumber. And will do so from the dugout and now come back to the plate. Ronald Brown slowly making his way back to the box. Behind in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ethan Vandermint ahead. With 1 down, nobody on. Top of inning number 5. 3-1, Hoppers in front of the Duelers. The pitch. Swung on and missed on a beautiful breaking ball. Couldn't have thrown that any better, and Vandermint picks up a strikeout of Ronald Brown. Fred Fernandez now up, the DH. A home run and reached on an error for Fred today. The right-handed hitter. First pitch. And there's strike 1 on the corner. 0-1, the next one. Strike 2. Fred Fernandez wanted time, and Michael Holman didn't give it to him. It's 0-2. Fred just stepped out of the box and gave Vandermint a free strike. 0-2 the count. The next pitch. Away, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Fred Fernandez. As Fred, a native of Maracaibo, Venezuela. The 1-2. In there, strike 3 called. Fred Fernandez gives Michael Holman a few words and heads back to the dugout. Vandermint ends his work in the 5th with 2 Ks. Head to the bottom half of inning number 5. Duelers still trailing by 2. 3-1 your score. We'll be right back with more Duelers baseball on the Duelers Baseball Network. Brett Rowell, the catcher, leading off the inning. First pitch on a line, and that ball's down. Center fielder will cut it off, Sullivan, and Brett Rowell has a leadoff single once again before first base coach Will Allen can even get out there. That's what we like to see. That means things are going okay for the Duelers at the plate, trying to work their way back in it. Tran Dorsett now up. Dorsett's been hitting the ball well lately, although he did strike out swinging his first time up tonight. First pitch, fouled off third base side. A play maybe for the third baseman. Dupps. Race is over. No, it's out of play. And it's 0-1. Into the party deck area out there beyond the third base dugout. The Duelers in the third base dugout here at South Warren this season. The visiting team tonight, the Hoppers, in the first base dugout. Throw to first. Brett Rowell is back safely. Do they really think the catcher is going to run and try to steal second? I doubt that, but we'll see. 0-1, the pitch. Dorsett takes one on the corner, strike 2, 0-2. Rowell will lead off first with nobody down. Dorsett behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Rowell back again, he's safe. Now they're going to make me look how many stolen bases Brett Rowell has. I'll do the research and let you know. 0-2 to Dorsett. Outside, ball 1. I can tell you this much at least. Rowell is 0 for 1 stealing bases this season, at least this summer. The real stat that would be interesting to know is how many steals, at least attempts, he has in college. The 1-2, swung on and missed by Dorsett. That's out number 1 here in the bottom of the 5th. Top of the order now as the lineup turns over. Musrock will dig in. Jackson, no official ABs yet today. A walk and a reach on an error by the second baseman in inning number 3. Pitch. Low, ball 1. One ball and no strikes to Jackson Musrock. Another throw to first, and Rowell is back in. It's not like he even has a very big lead either. One step and a dive, if that, back to first. There has been one throw over that has been fairly close, though. We'll see what transpires. The pitch. Musrock pops it up. Short right. In comes Tachioka to make the catch, and that's 2 down. Brett Rowell still on first after his leadoff single for Matt Jenkinson now. Matt 0 for 2, a double play and a ground out to short. First pitch from Goodpaster. On the ground foul, third base side, it's 0-1. Duelers only got 2 innings of work from Bernard Grace, their starter. He had to exit with shoulder soreness. Ethan Vanderman has worked the last 3 innings. The 0-1 from Goodpaster. And the dirt blocked nicely by Spear, and it's 1-1. Your score, Hoptown 3, Franklin 1. And the bottom of the 5th from South Warren High School. The pitch from Goodpaster. Good take on a ball low. 2 balls and 1 strike now. The Duelers at 9-4 on the season. Hoptown at 7-6. Duelers back home tomorrow night, 7:05 Central against Muhlenberg. The Muhlenberg County Stallions come into town. The pitch. And there's strike 2. 2-2 your count. Stallions in tomorrow before the Duelers head to Henderson, Kentucky on Tuesday night for a 6:30 Central start against the Henderson Flash. And a makeup date from early June on a rainout. The 2-2 pitch to Jenkinson from Goodpaster. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Strikeout into the bottom of the 5th as Jenkinson goes down swinging, and we head to the 6th after this. With the score, Hoppers 3, Duelers 1 on the Duelers Baseball Network. Back in, a new pitcher on the mound for the Duelers, Liam Samuels. Hunter Hyden, the first to greet him in the 6th. Defensive changes. Rashad Robinson is in the center to replace Sam Slaughter. Hopefully everything's okay with Sam. We'll find out if he got moved to DH or not. That's our hope up here in the press box. First pitch to Hyden from Liam Samuels is strike 1. Next one coming. Away, ball 1. Final line on the day for Ethan Vandement. 3 innings, 1 hit, 2 runs, 1 earned, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk. So a pretty good outing for Ethan in relief. Next pitch fouled off, strike 2. And now Liam Samuels takes over. One, two, the count from Samuels. The pitch fouled off first base side, and we'll do it again at 1 and 2. Liam Samuels wearing number 11 from Kentucky Wesleyan College, the freshman righty from Vieira, Florida. On the mound, middle of the rubber. 1 and 2 the count. Here comes the pitch. Shattered bat again, and that one splits Curtis and Musrock and finds left field. The bat died a hero if you're Hoptown, and the Duelers couldn't catch that break in their direction, and Hoptown has a leadoff man on. Tyler Dupps, the third baseman, now into the box. A strikeout and a hit by pitch for Tyler tonight. The right-handed hitter with Hyden on first. Pitch, squares the bunt, pulls it back, takes strike 1 off the second. Goes Hayden as Brett Rowell just dropped the ball on the transfer from glove to hand. So man in scoring position now with nobody down. Depths at the plate with Hayden on second. The pitch. A little bit low. Ball 1, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out. Samuel's on the mound. The pitch. Another square to bunt. That's a good bunt. Charging is Curtis over to first in time. A nice play by Jay Curtis, but the sacrifice is successful for Dupps, and now Hayden is on third with 1 down for Chase Harlan. Harlan so far today, a fly out to center and a ground out to short. Harlan, the right-handed hitter against Liam Samuels. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. Corners are in a little bit for the Duelers. Trying to protect the run at the plate, or protect against the run at the plate. Next pitch on a line. Musrock can't get it. It's past him. And into center. Rashad Robinson throws it in. 1 more run crosses home for the Hoppers in the form of Hunter Hayden. And it's now 4-1. William Spear will now dig in. I'll fix the score for you. 4-1 Hoppers as William Spear, the catcher, comes to the plate. And the high Black Sox for Spear tonight. Pitch. High ball 1. The Hoppers in their camo jerseys with the red, gray, and black camo. Black numerals and lettering trimmed in white with the gray away pants. The Duelers in their all blue, royal blue pants and tops. The pitch. Inside ball 2 with the blue lettering and numerals trimmed in red and gray tonight. 2-0 your count from Liam Samuels to William Spear in the 8-hole tonight. Runner takes off. The pitch is outside and off the glove of Brett Rowell. Into second easily goes Chase Harlan. Runner in second now in scoring position with 1 down. After the stolen base for Harlan. "3-0. And there's strike 1. 4 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors for the Hoppers. 1 run, 3 hits, 2 errors for the Franklin Duelers. The pitch. Off the outside corner, ball 4. William Spear draws a walk. That will bring up Sean Sullivan, the 9-hole hitter. Sullivan a walk and a strikeout tonight so far. We'll dig in from the right side against the righty Samuels. Duelers looking for a double play here that would get him out of the inning. The bunt is popped up down the line. It turns into a tough play for Curtis, and he has no play. Popped up bunt, but it ended up being placed beautifully down the third base line. That's just bad luck. And everybody's safe. The bases are loaded now for the top of the order, Ren Tachioka. Tachioka, a walk, a reach on an error, and a pop out to short. Bases loaded, 1 down. The pitch, high ball 1. Ren Tachioka from the University of Southern Indiana in Saitama, Japan. The pitch, off the corner, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes from Liam Samuels to Ren Tachioka. Bases loaded, one down, 4-1 Hopper is your score in the 6th. The pitch, that ball is in the air to center, right center. Over goes Robinson, and he can't get it. He cuts it off and throws it in to second. 1 run scores, 2 runs score, and it's now the bases still loaded. It's just 1 run scores on that one. I guess because the runners had to hold to see if it was caught. That makes sense as I'm now processing it in my head. 1 run scores to make it 5-1. The base is still loaded for Donaldson after the RBI single for Tachioka. On that one, Robinson, the center fielder, and Jonathan Evans, the right fielder, converged. Evans dove, couldn't get it, and Robinson was there to back it up and got the ball in quickly to prevent the second run from scoring, but the bases are still loaded. The pitch to Donaldson. Breaking ball in there, strike 1. Samuels from the stretch, the next pitch. Away, ball 1, 1-1. Donaldson, they fly out to center, an RBI single, and a ground out to third. Samuels gets the sign, the next pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 2. 1-2 your count to Drew Donaldson here in the 6th inning. 5-1 Hoppers. I'll fix the score on your screen in a second. Samuels is ahead in the count, 1-2. The pitch on the ground. Jenkinson will go over to first for out number 2, but an RBI ground out for Drew Donaldson makes it 6-1 Hoptown. Ronald Brown will dig in now. A strikeout, a pop out the third, and a second strikeout. That one in the 5th for Ronald Brown. The pitch, high and inside, ball 1. Bottom of the 6th on this Sunday evening from South Warren High School. The Duelers looking to avoid a second straight loss. 1-0. That ball is high in the air to left, but well foul. And it is 1-1. That ball was crushed, but well foul by Brown. Brown will dig back in. The big first baseman, right-handed hitter from Incarnate Word. The pitch. Breaking ball and a well-thrown one at that. Samuels gets a strike called there, and it's 1-2. Time is called by Brown at the plate. Taps his bat on the plate a couple of times and ready to go. Bat on his shoulder now. 1-2 the count. Here comes the pitch. On the ground, well foul, third base side. Joel Martinez will give the home plate umpire Michael Holman some new baseballs, and Brown will take a lap around the plate. As Ronald will be back in the box now. The pitch. High ball 2 from Liam. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hopper's up 6-1 in the the top of inning number 6 have put up 3 runs, have the Hoppers in this inning. Runners second and third now. The pitch. Inside. Did that hit him? It did, according to the home plate umpire. Brett Rao caught it pretty cleanly, but it must have grazed Brown on the way into Brett's glove. After being ahead in the count 0-2 to Brown, Samuels hits him, and that's a hit by pitch for Fred Fernandez, a very dangerous hitter. Jacob Snyder on his way to the mound, the Duelers pitching coach, to talk to Liam. Brett Rao will join him on the mound Fred Fernandez on the day, a homer, reach on an error, and a strikeout. Fernandez, an over 300 hitter coming into the game from Maracay, Venezuela. Conversation still occurring on the mound, and it is now ended. Jacob Snyder on his way back to the third base dugout. Brett Rowell back behind the plate. Fred Fernandez will step in the box. Second mound visit for the Duelers today. First pitch. Breaking ball low, ball one. Sean Sullivan is the runner at third base. Ren Tachioka is at second. And Ronald Brown is at first. Fred Fernandez is now ahead in the count at the plate. 2 balls and no strikes. 6-1 Hoppers. If the Duelers want a chance in this one, they got to get an out here for sure. The 2-0. Fouled off first base side, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike from Liam Samuels. Samuels, the third pitcher on the day for the Duelers after the starter Renard Graves had to be pulled after 2 innings with shoulder soreness. Ethan Vandermint worked the next 3 innings, and now Samuels. The pitch, swung on and missed, strike 2 on a pitch up and in. 1 more strike to get out of this mess for the Duelers. Fred Fernandez will dig back in. The pitch just misses, and it's 3-2. Full count with the bases loaded and 2 down. This is a big pitch. Samuels, full count pitch. Here it is. On a line to left, and that ball is fair. 1 run scores. Here comes the second. Ronald Brown waved around third. He will score as the ball is dug out of the corner. Throw to the plate, not in time. Brown is safe. And a 2-out, 3 RBI, bases clearing double on a 3-2 pitch for Fred Fernandez. Makes it 9-1. Fred Fernandez is a dangerous hitter, and you can't really get away with much against him. And it's official. The Hoppers have batted all the way around. The man who came up to lead off this inning, Hunter Hayden, is back up again. Hayden singled the lead off this 6th inning, now up for his second at-bat in the inning. Also a single in the second and a pop out to second baseman Matt Jenkinson in the third. Your score now 9-1. I'll edit that on your screen in a second. Samuels on the rubber. The 1-0 pitch. High ball 2. Top of the 6th inning, 9-1 Hoppers. The pitch, swung on and missed, strike 1. The Duelers were 1 strike away from getting out of it with only 3 runs scoring, and now a 6th spot in the 6th. Pitch, short center, over goes Jenkinson behind second to bring it in and retire the side, but not before the Hoppers put up 6 runs in inning number 6 to take a 9-1 lead. We'll be back with the bottom half of the inning after this as the Duelers look to possibly claw their way back into it on the Duelers Baseball Network. As welcome back in, bottom of inning number 6, Jay Curtis to lead off against Good Pastor. Clayton Taylor has retired from camera operating. So first pitch is on the ground to second. Donaldson to first, out number 1. As we were discussing in the press box up here, it's last time Clayton was not watching or not working on the camera, specifically sitting back there behind us on the couch in the press box. We scored a bunch of runs, so we have sent him back there in case the camera operating is now taking a hit as a result. We'll gladly take it if that means the Duelers can score some runs and get back in it. We'll see, and in the meantime, I'll do my best to work on the camera as well. Rashad Robinson at the plate. First pitch is strike 1. Robinson came in to replace Sam Slaughter in center last inning defensively, so this is Rashad's first AB of the night. Next one is ball number 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. The pitch. Big swing and a miss by Rashad, and it's 1-2. 9 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors for the Hoppers. 1 run, 3 hits, 2 errors for your Duelers. Rashad asked for time. Now back in the box. The 1-2 from Goodpaster. High, ball 2. Here in the bottom of the 6th on this Sunday evening on Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the dads watching tonight. We appreciate you guys and appreciate everybody for tuning in once again to another edition of Duelers Baseball. It's now 3-2 as the next pitch was up and in, so it's a full count to Robinson from Goodpaster. The payoff. Low and in, ball 4, a nice AB by Rashad, and he'll take first with 1 out. Jonathan Evans, the big lefty in right field, will step up now. Evans with a single and a double play to his name. Robinson takes his lead off first. First pitch on a line to center. That will hang up, and it's a nice catch out there by the center fielder, Sean Sullivan, on a dive coming in. Man, oh man, the Duelers cannot catch a break tonight. Sean Sullivan on a dive makes the catch, and that's 2 down. Mark Castle into the box now. Throw to first, runner back. That's a critical play, too, because if Sullivan wouldn't have caught that, that would have gotten by him and potentially went all the way to the wall. But Sean brought it in. Pitch. Pop up. Foul ball. Ronald Brown brings it in, and that's the end of the bottom of the 6th. A very quick inning for a Goodpaster on the mound. We head to the 7th, 9-1 your score. Hoppers in front. We'll be back after this on the Duelers Baseball Network. Back in here, South Warren Ballpark, Bowling Green, Kentucky. 9-1 your score. Hoppers in front of the Duelers. Tyler Dupps to lead off, top of the 7th against Liam Samuels. Pitch, swung on and missed, strike 1. That may have actually been a foul ball. Either way, same result, it is still 0-1. It's Tyler Dupps. The 0-1 from Samuels. Breaking ball hangs high. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. The Hoppers 5-1 at home and just 2-5 away from their home ballpark. Trying to pick up road win number 3 is Hoptown tonight. So 0-2 now to Tyler Dupps from Liam Samuels to lead off the top of the 7th. Your score 9-1. Hoptown in front of the Franklin Duelers. The pitch. Off the corner, ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Dupps, the third baseman. The pitch. Liam fell on the mound as he lost his footing when he came and planted his lead leg. Pitch just missed, though. It's closer than I thought it would be to being a strike after the tumble, and it's 2-2. Pitch. High, ball 3. Is that ball 4? I guess it's ball 4. I missed a pitch. My bad, and that's a leadoff walk. Chase Harlan, the shortstop, now to the box. A fly out to center, a ground out to short, and an RBI single for Chase. The pitch. Off the corner, ball 1. 1-0 the count from Samuels to Chase Harlan, the shortstop. Next one coming. High, ball 2. Samuels gets his sign. The next one coming is a line drive over Musrock and into left center. Over to get it is Grenz. Throw back behind the runner, not in time, and it's first and second with nobody out. William Spear now the batter. William Spear, a strikeout, a fly out to left, and a walk for the Hoppers catcher. Samuels from the stretch, first pitch. Look back to second. No throw, and Williams back up on the rubber. The pitch, a bunt. Castle will tag the runner. He's out. But the sacrifice is successful. Runner second and third now, 1 down. Sean Sullivan now your hitter. And Jacob Snyder out to the mound. This might be the end of the day for Liam Samuels. Entire infield making their way on into the mound as well to join in on the conference. As we'll see if this is the end of Liam's day. Jacob Snyder, your pitching coach from Southern University. Wilhelm Allen, your first base coach for the Duelers, also from Southern. And Kyle Schexnayder, the head coach and manager, formerly of John Curtis Christian High School, and will soon be a member of, or soon be employed by Traverse City Central High School, as he's moving up with his girlfriend Macy to Michigan, as she's going to school to become a riverboat pilot, which is very exciting. So they'll be making their way to the cold next school year, well, Kyle and Macy. I don't envy the weather, I'll tell you that much. As the next pitch and the first one to Sullivan hits him on the foot. That's not a good sign. And Sullivan will take first base. The bases are now loaded. Kyle Schexnayder will head out to grab the baseball and back to the dugout. Ren Tachioka now to the box. A walk, reach on an error, a pop out to short, and an RBI single for Ren today. Liam Samuels back on the rubber with the bases loaded. First pitch is away, ball one. One ball and no strikes, one down. Inning number 7, 9-1 Hoppers. The 1-0. Lowered inside, ball 2, 2-0. 9 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for the Hoppers. 1 run, 3 hits, 2 errors for the Franklin Duelers. Infield is in at the corners. Next pitch is low in the dirt, blocked by Brett Rowell. And it's 3 balls and no strikes from Liam Samuels, who has really struggled to find the strike zone these last couple of innings. Liam looks into his catcher, and the 3-0 on the way. It's high and inside, ball 4. Another run will cross home plate. It's now 10-1. Hoppers. And now Drew Donaldson in. Also, just a reminder, unfortunately for the Duelers, as the first pitch is fouled off, strike 1. Game ends in the OVO if the one team has a 10-run plus lead after 7 complete. Right now, it's a 9-run Hoppers lead at 10-1, as I'll fix the score. So if another run crosses the plate and the Duelers don't score, this game is over after 7. We'll see if we get there, though. 0-2 your count to Drew Donaldson. Bases loaded, 1 down. Already 10-1 Hoppers. Drew Donaldson at the plate, the right-handed hitter against Liam Samuels. The pitch. And the dirt blocked nicely back there, though, by Brett Rowell to keep 1 run from scoring. Mark Castle on the infield grass at first. Curtis even with the bag at third. The pitch fouled off. Count holds at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now it's Bryce Cape out there to give the home plate umpire some new baseballs. It's been Joe Martinez all game. Now Cape makes an appearance. Trying to stay busy. That's 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. In the air to deep right down the line. Evans will have it. Runner tags. And will score with ease. That is run number 11. And the 10-run cushion has been reached for the Hoppers. Obviously, we still will be playing the bottom of the 7th. And if the Duelers can score runs there, we'll continue to play. That's the goal, of course. But after the sac fly to right by Donaldson, it's now 11-1. And Ronald Brown will come up now. First pitch. Breaking ball, doesn't really break and hangs high, ball 1. It's now 2-0. The pitch is outside, ball 3. As it's ball 2-1. Excuse me. Thank you, Jacob. It's good to have pitchers up here. I can learn a little bit about pitching. I like to think I have a pretty wide knowledge of the game of baseball, but from never playing it, you get some insights from little things that you would only get from talking to somebody who's played the game at a pretty high level like these guys have. I appreciate their knowledge and assistance up here. It's 2-2 from Samuels to Brown. Timeout called by home plate umpire Micah Holman. Motion something toward the mound. Okay. Don't exactly know what that was about. We're ready for play again, though. Samuels on the rubber. 2-2 your count. The pitch. Away, ball 3. Picked by Rao back there. Also like to give a shout out to Gage Kaufman as well. He was kind enough to toss the ball around with me pregame this afternoon. Brought my glove from the house and played catch for a while, which was a lot of fun. As the pitch is swung on and missed, Brown is retired on strikes to end the inning. It's 11-1. The Duelers need 1 to keep this game alive. We'll see if they can get it. Maybe more. That would be ideal. Coming up after this on the Duelers Baseball Network. Back in, ready to begin the bottom of the 7th. The Duelers need 1 run at least to keep this ball game going to avoid being run-ruled here on this Father's Day evening on the Sunday night. Jared Grenz will be the first up. Still facing the starter for the Hoppers, Marcus Goodpaster. 82 pitches going into the 7th, and he's still out there chucking baseballs. First pitch to Jared. Inside and maybe low, ball 1. Grenz on the day 0 for 2. A pop out to second and a ground out to short. Next pitch. Fouled off. It's 1-1. Grenz from Colorado Mesa University and Cody, Wyoming. The native of Cody. Recruited by fellow Cody, Wyoming native Phil Kundle, the owner of the Duelers, as the pitch is crushed to left down the line. Will that get down and play? No, it's foul. And it's 1-2. Kyle Schexnader made sure to give a lot of credit to Phil for recruiting Jared. He's a very solid ball player, of course, and has started the season off pretty well for the Duelers. Had a triple in his first game, in addition to a walk and an RBI single, if my memory serves correct. So far, Jared, a .400 batting average, just 5 at-bats, but 2 hits in those 5 at-bats. The 1-2 is in there, strike 3 called. Okay. 1 down. Brett Rao to dig in now. Brett Rao, the catcher, into the box. First pitch from Goodpaster. Time is called. Somebody's been ejected, I believe. Or maybe just a warning. I think it was just a warning. Nope. He's writing something on the card. Jacob, did they write warnings on their card, home plate umpire? I don't think so. Something's happened. I don't know exactly what. There's been a lot of finger pointing by home plate umpire Michael Holman that's been confusing, and that's called strike one as well. Next one. Same spot, same result, 0-2. Nothing in two to Brett Rowell here in the seventh. The Duelers need one run to keep this game alive. The pitch is swung on and missed, strike three. Or excuse me, it's 1-2. I'm premature, my bad. Thank you to Jacob Hernandez for keeping me in check here. 1-2. Your count. One down, nobody on base. Here in the bottom of inning number 7. Here comes the 1-2 from Goodpaster. Way outside and off the glove of the catcher's spear. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Duelers back in action tomorrow night at home, 7:05 for his pitch, facing the Muhlenberg County Stallions. Jacob Hernandez will be taking the mound for the Duelers tomorrow night. Looking forward to that one. Should be a good ball game. The next pitch is swung on and missed. That's out number 2 on a foul tip. Held on to by the catcher's spear, and there's 2 down. Jackson Norris will pinch hit for the Duelers. He's pinch hitting for the DH, Trey Dorsett. And Jackson's the last hope to keep this game alive for the Franklin Duelers tonight. First pitch, big swing and a miss, 0-1. Once again, Muhlenberg tomorrow, then on the road on Tuesday night, 6:30 Central Time in Henderson against the Flash, the makeup game from the rain out earlier. The next pitch, outside corner, strike 2. 1 strike away from the Hoppers winning on a run rule here after 7. That's something the Duelers have not had occur to them yet this summer. 0-2. Outside and high, 1-2 your count. 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 down, nobody on, 11-1 the score. Jackson Norris at the plate. The pitch, outside, ball 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Even count, 2-2 to Jackson Norris. Marcus Goodpaster on the mound. Still throwing, the starter for the Hoppers here in inning number 7. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jackson Norris. The pitch. That ball is crushed to left down the line. We'll get out. It's foul. Man, oh man. It's a ground rule double. Thank you, Jacob. Jeez. It's hard to see out there in the corner, and Michael Holman threw up his arms foul, and instead that is also the ground rule double out of play signal, of course. And I didn't see the ball hit in the corner. So the Duelers 1 hit, and this game continues. After the double by Norris off the bench, a good piece of hitting with 2 strikes for Jackson. If Musrock can knock in Norris, this game will continue. Goodpaster's pitch. Inside, ball 1 to Jackson. On the day for Musrock, a walk, reached on an error, and flew out to right. 1-0. Fouled straight back, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike to Jackson Musrock. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, 11-1 the score. The Hoppers in front of your Duelers here on this Father's Day evening. Duelers need 1 hit to keep this game alive to drive in Norris. We'll see if they can get it. The pitch. Foul ball, and it's 1-2. One ball, two strikes. The Hoppers fans in attendance applauding, trying to get that final strike. 1-2, 2 outs. Jackson Musrock at the plate. Jackson Norris on second. The pitch. Low into the dirt. Past the catcher Spear. Norris takes third. Will he come home? No. Thought about it. Jackson went full speed into third, thinking about trying to come home and score and get the run that way, but held up. He's now 90 feet away from continuing this baseball game. And the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jackson Musrock. Starter Marcus Goodpaster still on the mound. Gets his sign in the 2-2 on the way. And the air foul, strike 2. The count will hold rather at 2-2. Marcus Goodpaster at an even 100 pitches, 59 of which for strikes so far. About to throw 101 on the way. Up the middle. That's a base hit, and we will keep playing baseball. We're going to continue to play after the RBI single by Musrock. Now Jenkinson up. High, ball 1. The Hoppers were 1 strike away to 2 straight batters from ending the game and could not do so. As this is pitch number 103 upcoming from Goodpaster. Throw to first, runner back. Matt Jenkinson 0 for 3, a double play, a ground out to short, and a strikeout today. The pitch. And there's strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Matt Jenkinson, the right-handed hitter. The next pitch. Swung on, fouled off first base side, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. As the sun is set here, or is in the process about to set completely at the ballpark, South Warren. Bowling Green is our location. 1-2 from Goodpaster, the pitch. Low ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Matt Jenkinson attended Roane State Community College this past season, moving up to Division II Lincoln Memorial next year. 2-2, your count. Goodpaster to Jenkinson. Here it comes. Pop up. The first baseman can't see it. The second baseman can't either. And the first baseman, Brown, brings it in finally as it comes down to retire the side. After 7 complete, we continue to play baseball after the Duelers get 1 run. It's 11-2 as we head to inning number 8. We'll be right back. Back in at South Warren, 11-2 your score. The new pitcher for the Duelers is Gage Kaufman. I was mentioning Gage earlier. Got the chance to toss the ball around with him pregame for a while. Try to teach me how to throw a curveball. I don't have the athleticism to do that. As it was fun nonetheless. He got down and caught me a few times as well. Threw a strike a few times as I was trying to compete with Jackson Norris on who could throw the most strikes because, Jackson pitched a few nights ago and it was not pretty. And he would say so himself. So we were kind of having a fun time joking around about that. And he seemed to believe that I could throw more strikes than he could. I don't think that's the case. But I appreciate the confidence. As the 1-0 from Kaufman is on the ground foul first base side. Gage Kaufman from Bossier City Community College in Lake Charles, Louisiana. A sidearm right-handed pitcher. Wearing number 1 this summer. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. To the first hitter up at the plate. I believe that's Hayden. Or Hayden, excuse me. The next one is on a line. Into left, a solid single. For Greg Lyle II, who pinch hit, I believe. And now it's Hayden. So, yes, Greg Lyle II did pinch hit for Fred Fernandez, the DH. Had a single here in the 8th. And now Hunter Hayden digs in with a runner on first and nobody out. Hayden, the left fielder, 2 for 3 today. The pitch. And there's strike 1, or not so fast inside. Next pitch. That's a strike. Okay, good. 1-1. Sometimes you have those games. It seems like it's the same game for the Duelers and for me up here in the press box. Next pitch is outside. And it's 1-1. One. That catches the inside corner, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes to Hunter Hayden from Gage Kaufman. The pitch from Gage is outside. Ball 2. 2-2. And the next ball is hit on the infield over to first for 1 out as Castle touched the bag and threw to second to try to cut down the second runner, and the ball goes into left center. 1 down, runner on second, and the new hitter will be, I believe, Gavin Baxter. He will be pinch hitting for Tyler Dupps, the third baseman. So 3 unassisted, on the out. Castle to the bag on Hunter Hayden. And now Gavin Baxter takes strike 1. Next pitch also in there, strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out to Gavin Baxter. Runner on second with the 1 down. Pitch from Kaufman. Outside, ball 2. Gage from Lake Charles, Louisiana. 3 appearances for Gage, 3 innings of work, as still 2 balls, 2 strikes. 5 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts for Gage on the season. Two balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. On the ground, past Kaufman, cut off by Jenkinson, throw not in time, over to third, not in time as well, and it is now first and third, and a depleted Duelers fan base right now. As Kaufman made a good effort on that one, leapt up to try to grab it with his bare hand, but it just evaded him high over his head. And a very tough play for Jenkinson. Tried to throw across his body. Couldn't get it there in time. First and third, the pitch is high, ball 1. 1 out. First and third, 11-1. The Hoppers are threatening to score more. The hitter now, Chase Harlan, next pitch. In the air to right. Evans brings it in. Runner tags, heads home. Jonathan Stowe to the plate. Not in time. And that is a 12th run. Across the plate for the Hoppers. We're back to the same situation we were earlier, as Kyle is not happy. He's talking to somebody and now goes back to the dugout. Okay. I don't know what that was about. Well, okay, I think I figured it out. Kyle Schexnayder asked the Duelers to throw back to third as if the runner tagged and left the base early, and they said he did. Michael Holman says the runner leaves early from third, and the run doesn't score. It's still 11-2. Wow. Okay, that was interesting, and we'll be back with the bottom of the 8th after this. Back in, bottom of the 8th. New pitcher for the Hoptown Hoppers is Aaron Moss from Indiana State University. College teammates of Clayton Taylor of the Duelers, who's sitting up here to my right. Moss, born and raised in St. Louis, Missouri. Final line for the starter for the Hoppers, Goodpaster. 7 innings, 107 pitches for Marcus Goodpaster. 64 of which were strikes, 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts, and now gives way to Aaron Moss, the right-hander from Indiana State. Low and away, ball 1 to Jay Curtis, who leads off the bottom of the 8th. Your score 11-2. Duelers, I need to fix that. My bad on our score. It's taking me a full inning to realize that. Yikes, my bad. 11-2, 1-0 to Jay Curtis. Time is called, and Jay steps out. Head coach of the Hoppers, Gary Vaught, spent the entirety of the in-between inning period talking to Michael Holman about the call that he made that says his runner left early trying to attack from third. We watched the replay back on this live stream as ground ball to short. Harlan over to first. High throw, and Jay's safe. Good hustle by Jay to make it interesting, and the throw was high. Jay is safe at first. As an error charge to Harlan. The 6, Rashad Robinson at the plate. First pitch from Moss. And there's strike 1. Back to what I was saying about the play, an inning to go with the runner leaving early. We went back and watched the replay on the stream, actually, up here in the press box, and Michael Holman did indeed get the call right. The runner did leave early from third. Next pitch is low and away, ball 2. Luckily, I kept the angle with this wide view so you could clearly see when the runner left and when the ball was caught out there. So it's 11-2. Jay Curtis on first base. Nobody out. Bottom of the 8th. Rashad Robinson at the plate. Throw back to first. Jay dives in safely. Aaron Moss in relief of Marcus Goodpaster. Pitch. Poked foul, and it's 2 balls, or 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 on Rashad Robinson, infielder and outfielder from the University of Memphis. Currently in center field, came on to replace Sam Slaughter. I'll get an update for you on Sam postgame. And my postgame interview with head coach Kyle Schexnayder. The pitch is inside, ball 2. Two balls and 2 strikes to Rashad Robinson with Jay Curtis on first. Nobody down in the 8th. Time is called. Robinson steps out. Two and 2 from Moss. The pitch. Away, ball 3. Good take by Rashad, and the count fills out at 3 balls and 2 strikes now. 3-2 with nobody out. Man on first, that is Jay Curtis. Rashad Robinson at the plate. Aaron Moss on the mound. The pitch. Line over the second baseman's head. That will fall. Curtis into second. He'll stay there. First 2 men on for the Duelers here in the 8th. Jonathan Evans now into the box, the right fielder. 1 for 3, a single, a double play, and a fly out. The pitch. Fouled straight back by Evans, 0-1. Evans from Southern University, born and raised in Starkville, Mississippi. Duelers looking to maybe start to claw their way back in it. You never know. It's not over till it's over, as they say. So we'll see. The pitch. Low and away, ball 1. 1-1 from Aaron Moss or Jonathan Evans. Runners first and second, nobody out. Robinson on first, Curtis on second. 11-2 your score. Hoppers in front. The pitch. Low, ball 2, 2-1. The on-deck hitter for the Duelers is Mark Castle. Moss looks back at second. The pitch. Low, ball 3, and it's 3-1 now. Another high-quality at-bat for Jonathan Evans. Works the count in his favor at 3-1. The pitch is popped up. Will it get out of play? Yes. Count is now full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Like I mentioned, Castle on deck. Evans back into the box with a full count. The payoff pitch from Moss. On the ground to first, Brown thought about going to second, will not do so, and barely beats Evans to the bag at first. So that essentially goes as a sacrifice for Jonathan. It's now second and third, 1 out for the aforementioned Castle. Mark Castle now into the box. Strikeout, reach on an error, and a pop out to first. Aaron Moss gets his sign with runners second and third, 1 out, bottom of the 8th. The pitch. And there's strike 1. Jake Curtis is on third base. Runner on second is Rashad Robinson. The pitch. And the dirt, not far away enough. A nice block by William Spear. It's 1-1. Your score 11-2 Hoppers on top of the Franklin Duelers here in the bottom of the 8th. The pitch. Popped up. Short right. Over goes Tachioka. Runner will tag Curtis and stop. Nice job to back it up by the pitcher. Moss, as the throw in, got past the catcher Spear. Moss was in position as he should have been to back up the throw. Runners stay at second and third. Jared Grenz now up. Still 11-2 after the first 2 men reached. They're still on the base paths with 2 outs now for Jared Grenz. Pitch. Away, ball 1. Runner second and third, 2 down here, bottom of the 8th. 11-2, the score. The pitch. Fouled off, strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to the Cody native. So far for Jared, 0 for 3. A ground out to short, a pop out to second, and a strikeout looking. Jared's in left field tonight. The pitch. Big swing and a miss. It's 1-2 now. Aaron Moss has done a nice job working his way back after the first two hitters he faced reached and now retired the next 2. And they're still out there on the bases with 2 down. Ahead in the count, 1-2 to Jared Grenz. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3 swinging, and the Duelers cannot score in the 8th. As we head to inning number 9, 11-2 your score. We'll be right back on the Duelers Baseball Network. William Spear will lead off the top of the ninth, the catcher for the Hoppers. Spear wearing number 12 for Hoptown against Gage Kaufman again for his second inning of work. The pitch is ball number 1. 1-0 your count to William Spear. The pitch, high, ball 2, 2-0. 1-1, excuse me, my bad. Next one, low and away, now 2-1. It'll be Spear, Sullivan, and Tachioka in the ninth. The Duelers trailing this one 11-2. In the top of inning number 9. The one positive you can say about this game, I would guess, is that the Duelers have still yet to be run ruled this season. We're 1 strike away twice in the 7th, and a 2-strike double by Jackson Norris and an RBI single by Jackson Musrock avoided the run rule. 3-2 your count from Gage Kaufman to William Spear, the catcher. Kaufman, the 4th pitcher on the day for the Duelers after Renard Grace went 2, had to be pulled due to shoulder soreness. Ethan Vandermint went 3, gave up 2 runs. Grace gave up 1 in his 2 innings of work. And then Liam Samuels, unfortunately for the Duelers. And for Liam, I know he'll rebound nicely after the outing today. But Liam tonight had a game he would like to forget and move on from. 6 hits and 8 runs for Samuels and his 2 innings of work. Kaufman now on for the 2nd inning of work as he threw the next pitch. That was ball 4 and a leadoff walk to Spear. Sean Sullivan now up. He flies one to right. Over goes Evans to bring it in. 1 out. Top of the order now, Ren Tachioka. You compare the Duelers pitching today to the opposite side of things with the Hoppers pitching. Their starter, Marcus Goodpaster, went 7 innings through 107 pitches. 5 hits, 1 run, 2 runs, 1 of them earned. 4 walks, 6 strikeouts for Goodpaster. First pitch to Tachioka's high ball 1. And then Aaron Moss came in and worked the 8th. Gave up 2 men on to start the inning on an error and a hit, and then got out of it without a run scoring. Next pitch is in there, strike 1, 1-1. The Hopper is coached by head coach Gary Vaught. On the other end, Kyle Schexnader, the head coach of your Duelers, was an assistant in Hoptown last summer, and then took over as interim head coach midway through the season when the previous head man in Hoptown was fired. First victory for Kyle was a memorable one in his first game at the helm of the Hoppers. As the next pitch is past Brett Rao to the backstop. Runner will go to second and stop there is Spear, and it's 2-1. Kyle beat Full Count Rhythm by a wide margin. I believe he said the score was 11-3, if I remember correctly, and Full Count was the powerhouse of the league. They didn't win the whole thing. They lost in the championship final to Du Bois County in the playoffs, but Full Count had the best record in this OVO by far last season and was almost unbeatable. I think they lost 8 games the entire season, and the regular season anyways. And Kyle Schexnader, when he was leading the Hoppers in interim duty, his first game at the helm was a big victory for his Hoppers at the time against Full Count last summer. The pitch from Kaufman, is outside for ball 4, and that's a walk. To Donaldson now up with runners first and second and 1 down. Now, of course, Kyle at the helm of the Franklin Duelers with assistants Will Allen and Jacob Snyder. First pitch is in there, strike 1. The Duelers, although they may not be playing like it tonight, have had a very good season so far, full of very talented players. As the pitch is fouled off third base side. This is the most talented team by far in the short history of the Duelers franchise. And I truly believe this, that the Duelers, when they are playing as well as they can be, the Duelers have a chance to compete with anybody and beat anybody in this league every single night. As next pitch is outside and low ball one. You know, people always compare teams in this league to what Full Count is doing, and Full Count hasn't been around for too long. Their first year was last year, I believe, and they have a very good team. They have all the recruits out of Nashville, players from Vanderbilt and Tennessee, and pitch is lined down the line fair. Down the right field line, Evans will pick it up as one run scores. The second runner goes to third and holds there. It's now 12-2. And, you know, it's Full Count is good this year. They've only lost 2 games all season. Maybe 3 now. If they might have lost to Fulton the other day, I can't remember. But 2 or 3 losses so far on the year for Full Count. They have another really good team. But this Duelers offense, if they can hang with the Full Count pitching, I think, you know, the Duelers have a better offense than Full Count does. As the pitch is line caught by Musrock over at short, throw to first. Not in time, as Castle thought he doubled off the runner. To no avail, though, and they're 2 down. Nice play out there by Musrock. Now the pitch to Lyle is in there, strike 1. That's not who that is. Pitch is in the dirt, blocked by Rowell, but the runner from first goes to second. It's now second and third with 2 down. And a 1-1 count. One positive sports result, at least for me, is my Sporting Kansas City soccer team was in Nashville today to play the Nashville SC, and Sporting walked away with a 2-1 win. As a Kansas Cityan, we've had a lot of good sports news lately. One of the hosts in the North American area of the World Cup in 2026, as it's 2-2. But yeah, no, the World Cup in 2026, a bunch of North American host cities, and the smallest market by far is Kansas City, but a good sports town where I'm from in the Midwest. As the inning is finally over, Gage Kaufman gets a strikeout of Lyle, and that will do it in the top of the ninth. We'll head to the bottom half. 3 more hours before this game is done. The Duelers trailing by 10, 12-2. While I have a minute, I would like to take this time to thank our sponsors. That include Condo Flooring and Installation, also El Mazatlan Mexican Restaurant and Grill, Holly J's Bar and Grill, El Potrero Cantina and Grill, Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation and Kellyanne Sanders, Peekaview Imaging, Sure Stay Hotel, Bowling Green North, Wildfire Barbecue, Woody's Glove Repair, Heidi Barks Photography, and Fresh Squeezed Goods. Thank you to all of them for their support of Duelers baseball in this summer 2022 season. As we go to the ninth, Duelers with a lot of work to do. First pitch of the ninth from Aaron Moss is fouled away. Strike one to Brett Rowell, the catcher. The 0-1. On the ground, a chopper. Moss to first, and time to get him. One down. Jackson Norris, the next to hit for the Duelers. 12-2 your score. Bottom of inning number 9, a game the Duelers would like to forget. But you have those. That's, what happens in a long 40-game season like the OVL. As Moss on the mound looks in to get the sign. The first pitch to Norris on the way. Outside ball 1. A single for Norris. He will round first hard and hold up a 1-out single. First pitch is outside and low to the next hitter. That is Musrock, leadoff man. Pitches all the way to the backstop. Norris takes second. 2-0. The pitch. A line drive to center. In comes the center fielder to make the catch, and that's 2 outs. The real question is, oh and 1 to Matt Jenkinson. Pitch is a breaking ball. Apparently is a strike. 0 and 2. Oh, 2. Low and away, ball 2. One strike away, 1-2 from Moss. The pitch. Popped up short right. Tachioka out, or in, excuse me. He'll make the catch, and that will end the game. Your final score, 12-2. Hoppers over the Duelers. Thank you to Jacob Hernandez. Good luck tomorrow, sir, in your start. Looking forward to that. Appreciate Jace Sutherland's help as well. As final line, 12 runs, 11 hits, 3 errors for the Hoppers. 2 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors for the Duelers. The losing pitcher is Renard Grace. The winning pitcher, 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned for the starter, Marcus Goodpaster. Obviously, no save in this one as the final is 12-2. That will do it For me, Sam Reeves in this one, and I'll talk to you tomorrow from the same spot up here in the press box high above South Warren Ballpark. 7:05, back at it tomorrow for the Duelers and the Muhlenberg County Stallions. Hope everybody enjoys the rest of their Father's Day. For all the fathers out there, we appreciate all of you, and I would like to thank everybody for tuning in once again tonight to another edition of Duelers Baseball. We'll talk to you tomorrow night for another game as the Duelers fall to 9-4, but look to snap the 2-game losing streak tomorrow night. The Hoppers with a win tonight improve to 8-6, excuse me. That'll do it tonight. Thank you all for listening. I'll talk to you tomorrow evening. First pitch 7:05 from South Warren High School. Thank you again for listening, and have a great rest of your Sunday.